Hey, we are here with Terra Invicta, and Alyssa has a new webcam situation, and it looks like she's on a security cam. We're looking down on her from above. All right, cool. So let's, at this point, I think we're just kind of figuring out what you guys want to do next. So
Guys,
you
I
have
have
the
a
Ring of Keys.
guys, I have a plan.
Yeah.
I have an idea.
You didn't
We don't
forget
have to
this
do
one.
it. It's probably a dumb idea, but I had an idea and I figured I'd share it at least.
Always share your ideas, Jordan. They're usually pretty crazy.
They may be crazy, but they are usually good.
We give the keys to Anna.
Okay.
We lock ourselves in the cells here, and we take a long rest.
I don't hate that.
That is actually kind of amazing.
That's honestly a really good plan.
We hide our weapons so it makes it look like we don't have them.
All it's going to take is one demon to come by and be like, you guys weren't here, and why are all these guys dead?
I love that, but let's put a pin in it because I think the information you're about to get from these demons might change your mind.
Okay.
So I think that's hilarious,
idea, though.
But so you are able to interrogate this Hezrao and this Babao pretty extensively. They're not necessarily going to be the most helpful in the world. They're still demons. They're just doing whatever they're doing right now to save their own skin. But they will answer your questions to the best of their knowledge about the prison. Just go ahead and whoever would like to ask them questions, and you'll slowly fill in the picture of the prison as we go here.
Where is Gamora?
And then you point to a cell.
Oh,
Some
hi,
random
Gamora.
green-skinned human. Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah.
I forget. Does Deli know if her dad is here?
No. As far as you know, she's not here. He is not here.
Not here. Okay.
I was saying Lavinia when I said that.
Well, that's the one thing she was interested in. So
yeah,
you guys.
Because I think we specified this earlier when you did sort of scrying or something where you knew that they were not.
We had
together.
to ask some questions. And it was a thing where Allison and Lavinia are not together in the abyss.
Yeah, that's the one thing you knew.
Yeah.
Carry on then.
So yeah, whoever would like to ask questions, and we can even assume it's not necessarily that your character is asking this, but as a group, you're interrogating them and whoever.
We want
whoever
an
would
idea
like a
of
question
what
answered.
the prison's like.
Yeah.
Yeah. They can certainly give you a layout.
Are there any human captives? And where would they be?
Yeah, so besides the Order of St. Cuthbert, I don't think there's a lot of those, if any others, here. They do tell you basically, like, this is the main cell block, but there are plenty of other places where prisoners could be held and likely are held. But the thing they kind of tell you is that right now the prison is at war. They're actually not... This group of demons you just killed here are the only thing that's left of the actual original prison guards and the prison warden. The rest of the prison is run by the inmates. At one point, there was a prison riot of some sort, and things got out of control, and now the whole prison is divided among several factions, one of which you have just killed off. So one of those factions was Zanea, and her she showed up recently, is what you get from them, and had some like demons from Demogorgon on her payroll. It sounds like Kublkax was terrified of Zanea, mainly for what she represented, which was Demogorgon's interest in this place. So Kublkax was supposed to, run the prison. And the reason it's in the state it's in right now is because he didn't care and mainly used it for his own sadistic pleasures and torturing prisoners and stuff. And when he's been trying to be a little bit more ardent with his duties recently, and has started to try to take back some territory here. But Zanea kind of represents, if she's here, then maybe Demogorgon's going to come back and check on me, and I'm going to be in huge trouble if he finds out that I've been, being lax with this. But typically, because of the way the prison is, it blocks all divination and scrying. There's like forbiddance effects that no one can teleport in or out. There's all sorts of effects like that keep it from being regularly checked on unless you came here in person. There is a powerful effect on the prison that prevents people from leaving. They reveal to you. The reason the prisoners are all still here instead of all just gone off into the abyss somewhere is that they don't want to leave. And you have not tried to leave yourselves, but you're not sure if it's going to affect you. But it sounds like people, when they try to leave the prison, decide to not. Just decide it's not a good idea, and they decide against it. So basically, and again, they were prison guards, these people, so they know some of the more specific defenses and what the prison is here to do. There are a couple other factions, all on the other side of the prison. The two factions you've already dealt with were on this one side. The other side, the volcanic side, holds a number of other factions, including there are several others actually. One of which is a guy named Belshamoth, who is some sort of filth, gross demon of some sort, kind of spews bile and other gross things out. Mainly his thing is just being generally gluttonous and filthy, and he's a demodand, I believe, is the actual type of thing he is. I don't know what specific client he is, but so he is on the other side of the prison, and they can sketch out a basic idea of where he is. Actually, I might be able to just take you to the map of the whole thing. Let's see if you can see this. Can you guys see this map?
I see nothing.
Let me just take off the dynamic lighting. There you go.
There we go.
So that's the prison. You guys are currently here, right?
Where?
Yeah, this is such a huge map.
Oh my gosh.
That it this is my ping. This is this little thing right here.
Oh my gosh.
So this is where
we've cleared out the total top part. Then.
You've cleared out the top part at this point, yes, because most of it was taken up with these prisoners, right? As all these cells were just kind of taking up the whole thing here. Over here is where Zanaya was, right? And so you've dealt with her faction as well. Belshamoth is here on this side of the prison. There's also a what kind of thing is she? A Merilith, which is kind of like a snake demon with multiple arms. She named Lilianth. She's one of Demogorgon's old generals, it sounds like, who was in prison for some reason and then broke out. So she's over here, Lilianth and her people. You know that there's also a fallen angel named Soraya, who holds court over here, that they know about. They don't know, they don't know all the details on these people, but they know the general factions and who's in charge of each of them. And then there's also they know that the old I'm trying to remember what his title was. Let me double check what my notes say about this guy. There's a bullywug lich named Orgosh. Let me see if I can find out what he did here. He was like a person who worked for the prison. Originally, he was responsible for tending to the Divided Ire's magical needs. So various magical defenses, and knew a bunch of stuff about how the prison worked and what its secrets were. Right now, he is holding court over a bunch of undead under his control in the bottom of the prison over here. So Orgosh, Bullywug Lich. That is basically all they know. They know that those are like the main factions that are left. They do know that there are some other demons out here that they don't really deal with. Some mercenaries, Yugoloth mercenaries of various sorts that used to be hired by the prison, but they've kind of gone on their own. And then there are some flying demons that hang out on these nests on the rim of the volcano here, that if you went out onto the bridges would probably attack you. That is the general gist of what they know about like the prison and its defenses and factions and stuff. If you have any other specific questions, they might be able to tell you more. But
are there
go ahead.
Just like any sort of like hidden passages that like the guards used that would be helpful to us instead of just?
I don't think so. No.
Okay.
My other my question real quick, Caleb, not for them, but for just us as players, because we asked this question. What quadrant is Lavinia in? Because we did get that specific information a few sessions ago. I just forgot.
I knew she was on this bottom side. But
what spell did you cast to learn this information?
It was one where we asked questions. We said, like, is she like on... We said like she was in like the southeast or southwest side. I just don't remember which side it was.
Oh, I didn't know if we knew anything more than she was on the volcano.
Was it just south?
Yeah,
okay.
I think so.
Okay. I for some reason I thought I remembered.
And obviously, when you
direction,
I don't think so. Yeah, honestly, obviously, when you ask them about like Lavinia, they don't know anyone by that name or whatever.
You haven't seen a human come around.
Yeah, they're just like, well, there was a Genasi, there's just a Zanaya in them, right? They've been focused on that, I think. So you get the idea that before Zanaya showed up, they just kind of hung out here and did their own thing and tortured prisoners and stuff and didn't really care. But they've had border skirmishes with the other factions and stuff. But when Zanaya showed up recently, they went into overdrive of like, oh, we got to do our job. And like, we're going to pretend like we are doing our job here in the prison. And so they've just been patrolling around this area, making sure the prisoners aren't escaping and stuff like that. So they haven't been caring much about the politics of the other factions recently, which would be when, Lavinia would have shown up. So they weren't, they didn't witness anything of like her arrival or anything.
So
and again, if you were able to
these
like
factions
capture,
are like peaceful with each other, or
there is an uneasy "you stay over here and we will leave you alone" sort of truce.
Because it's not like it's that much room.
No.
So we've kind of just taken this as our own base up top.
Pretty much.
So we could actually just long rest here and not worry.
It does sound like it. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Nice.
Does the prison have any other like built-in defenses besides the people who are guarding it that we need to know about?
So they
or like alarm systems or like anything like that they would know.
So I think the Babao is the one who tells you this. I don't think he knows where it is, but he says like he thinks that there is some sort of magical artifact somewhere. And, there's a couple of spots that might be, and I think he would probably know.
Probably in the heart of the volcano.
It's not the heart of the volcano.
Whoa.
So he knows that there is, let me see.
I'm honestly shocked.
I need to double check where this is actually real quick. Is it? Yeah. This Babao has, I think, been around the whole place multiple times because he can turn invisible and stuff and cast darkness spells and sneak around and whatever. I don't think he actually can turn invisible, but this right here, if you can see this little altar thing.
Oh, okay, yeah.
The Babao thinks that is the anchor for the various effects of magic that defend this place, like the forbiddance and the you can't teleport here and you can't leave, like all of those effects.
Where's Dust Crusher?
Yeah. He doesn't know what it would take to destroy it. But Dust Crusher obviously would be one possible method.
Good thing we're gonna take a long rest.
Okay, so the guy who has been able to go throughout all of this, there's no way that he knows like what prisoners are where. Like, okay, would he know like if there's anywhere? Actually, this is probably a different question. Are in the rest of these factions, are people actually prison? Is there anybody actually prisoner?
In the other factions.
Yes, because I mean, obviously, if they're trying to keep this as like doing their job, and we can't let Demogorgon know that we've slacked on our duties, they have to at least pretend this is a prison. But if the rest of this is just gang territory, then I could see it there being a possibility that there's little to no actual prisoners throughout the rest of the prison.
I think that's mostly the case. This is definitely the main cell block. I think the Babao does know that Lilianth, the Merilith general, does hold court over the area that has like these special cages right over here. If you can notice over the lava, there's actually a bunch of these cages held over a lava pit. And those are like they said, but the Babao was like, I think if I remember correctly, that's where like the high security prisoners were kept. Because it was like, you're right over like a giant demon lava volcano. If you do anything bad, you just drop you in there and you die, right?
Yeah, jeez.
Okay.
But he's like, there's plenty of other places you could imprison someone, but they're not necessarily jail cells.
And has he noticed anybody specifically keeping prisoners in any place?
No, again, he can only get so far into the faction's territory. He's mostly skirted around the edges of a lot of it.
I see. Okay. So
he just knows like they know the general layout of the prison as it was.
Yeah.
They don't necessarily know all what the factions are all up to in those spaces.
Okay. So I would also say at this point, because we saw it worked with Benedict finding me, right? Like he was able to do locate creature to find me.
Creature. Yeah.
Once we like either before we do a long rest or afterwards, like I don't know what spells he has left, he can do that, and it should be able to locate where Lavinia is, like if she's straight down or like down and to the right.
Let me check something real quick. I do think it's possible based on what the spells are active here that I might not have been able to cast locate creature. I might have mistaken something. Let me double check this. I guess it's a special effect. Let me double check what it does. Okay. Yep. Okay, so. Yep. Darn. Yeah. Locate creature is specifically off limits. That was my bad. So I mean, it wouldn't have been a huge leap for Benedict to just go looking for you and find you and get lucky. Okay. So we'll say that that's what happened there. But yes, locate creature will actually not work.
Dragonborn Jesus himself interfered.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, it's a divine intervention.
Yes.
So the spell you used earlier to ask specifically about where Lavinia was, that worked. Like that is actually like divination spells that are just like asking questions
instead
are fine.
Actually like locating, scrying.
Yeah. So locate creature and discern location are not available to you.
Okay. I don't think I have it right now because I think I already used it today, like in like the day, like, the day, but I do have clairvoyance. I could like point like that direction and be like, I want my sensor to go there, and like be able to like do like a bird's eye view of like what's going on.
Yeah. Yes, you can.
I think I can do that.
You can do it. Yes. So my notes say, so you can't scry on people, and maybe this is just a continuity error, but I think we did establish you can't scry on someone from outside of the prison. Right. But it does say in the description here, this effect also blocks all attempts to magically locate creatures within, such as via spells like locate creature and discern location. Other divination spells, including scrying effects, are not so affected.
Yeah, so this isn't scrying. This is like literally picking like a point.
But it's similar. What I'm saying is I think it counts as it works then.
Oh. Wait, so we could scry in the prison?
That's what I'm
Now, yeah, it seems like it's like a shield that blocks the prison from outside scrying.
I definitely know that we set that in canon before. It's possible that, and again, I might have written this in because I was having to translate it to 5th edition too. I might have written in.
I mean, but you can just choose at this point which would you have it be?
Oh, right, I know. That's what I'm trying
Yeah.
to decide. Let's see if I can pull out the full adventure. Feel free to plan amongst yourselves. I'm just gonna pull this magazine and see what it says in the original.
I mean, so at this point, I feel like, do we go around with the keys, unlock all of the like angels and like good creatures, and make some sort of persuasion check to see if they would help us, and then if not, like they can hang out until we hopefully destroy the thing and it lets. Yeah,
I was gonna say they're not gonna be able. That's what I'm gonna persuade them with. Yeah. You're not gonna be able to leave until we get this thing's taken care of, and if you help us, it'll get taken care of quicker.
Yeah,
I think that's a good plan.
Let's see. I think I have the highest persuasion. Do I not? I think Audrin's.
I believe so.
Next one, but I do have 1 bardic inspiration left though, so that might be because I think you only have like 1 less than me, Audrin. So like, if you make the persuasion roll, then you could use a bardic.
My persuasion is 8.
I think mine's at 9. Mine's at 9.
Yeah, so I feel like if you have that and a bardic, that outweighs the +1.
Right. Yeah, I think so.
Because you'll guarantee at least get 1 from the bardic.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because the thing I'm remembering is that at some point in these adventures, it makes sure to specify that you cannot scry on Lavinia. But it does seem to say in the just description of the prison that you can scry. It doesn't seem to say that that is only like when you're in the prison that you can do it. It's just kind of saying it straight out. So if so, we'll probably just go with you can't scry on them because we already said that. But so you were gonna persuade someone?
We were seeing if we could just go around, unlock anybody who's like a good creature in our prison quadrant.
Can we just make a general persuasion roll for them to see if they would be helpful to us in our quest to break out of here and find Lavinia?
All the angels and stuff?
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, so I did look it up again. I found it. So I think I just misread something at some point in this. It does say that you can scry on Lavinia in the prison. It said this all along. But I know that we did.
Who drew the face on the log?
Who do you think drew the face?
So I know that we had you guys try to scry on Lavinia at one point, and I think I just said it failed, right?
Yeah, it didn't work.
Is that what I...
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But I mean, it makes sense though that we couldn't do that outside of the prison. I'm not. So
I think what I'm going to say is the thing it says here is, once Lavinia is relocated to Gaping Maw, there's a +5 bonus to their save to resist scrying. Since they're on another plane, I see. Never mind. That's not going to matter then. Yeah, I guess I'm just going to I have to make the call here. I'm just trying to decide what's most interesting. Because you failed before. Lavinia wouldn't necessarily know that it's you trying to scry on her, right? So she could have just resisted it. We could say that. In which case you could try scrying on her now. Because I don't necessarily think that anything we've done has would be a continuity area if we just decided now, okay, you can scry on her. We could easily justify it.
I don't think it's a continuity error since we're in the prison. Like saying that you couldn't do it outside of the prison, I think totally makes sense with the defenses and everything. Yeah,
I mean, it seems like in the way that the prison defenses are described, it's basically, it doesn't matter if you're inside or outside the prison. The effects is the same no matter what. It blocks all attempts to magically locate creatures within, such as via spells like locate creature and discern location. but it doesn't block other divination spells, including scrying effects. The only thing that scrying on Lavinia at this point would tell you is it would show you what it looks like where she is. And now that you have the information from these demons, you might be able to cross-reference that and find out where she is.
Does anybody have scrying? Does anybody have that?
Well, you have yeah, she has scrying, and then we also have the crystal ball.
Oh, right. That's
Isn't
right.
the crystal ball cursed?
It is cursed, yes.
Do you have a spell slot to use, Seth, before a long rest?
Yeah, I can use scrying.
Yeah, I think I would like to give you that, since that's what the adventure says, and it's just me misreading it to make it harder for you to find. I don't think it would have really mattered up to this point. Like, you wouldn't have been able to know where she was until you got this information from demons anyway. So if Seth wants to cast scrying, I think we can find out where Lavinia is.
Will do.
Assuming she feels her save.
Yeah, assuming she feels her safe. She doesn't necessarily know it's you.
I have a pretty high spell save DC, so
Can Benedict send her a message
That's a good point.
Maybe.
in the
Yeah.
prison?
Yeah.
Now
that's
that we're
good.
like in here,
I believe that sending spells might work.
I mean, if scrying works.
Yeah, I think it does.
Lavinia, where are you at?
Yeah. My notes say that the only thing that really matters for that is if you are not in the actual in Demogorgon's part of the Soul Realm, there would be a chance of failure for the scrying, since it's kind of another plane. The Soul Realm was weird. There's like different domains and stuff. Yeah. So in which case, you can certainly cast a sending spell.
yeah, because like is scrying's gonna be less helpful than if we just send her a spell and be like,
Where are you?
hey,
Yeah.
who runs your
Girl, where you at?
yeah, like who runs the prison area that you're in? We are here
Yeah.
to come rescue you.
Yeah.
And now control the entire North Island.
yeah, exactly. Especially since you're letting all these angels out and they're just gonna like take over
Yeah.
the place. Whether or not you persuade them to help you, right? They're in charge.
First thing we
Yeah,
tell-
like and
The first,
Yeah.
the first thing we tell Lavinia is, we've got some prime new real estate for you.
No, what you say, Audryn, is you just say, "Hey, Lavinia, Audryn's angels are here," and she thinks you mean the party, but in fact, it's all of your angels.
It's both.
Yeah.
My angel armies have expanded. Emily, what were you gonna say?
I've made a mistake trying to open Deli's character sheet. I always forget this.
Yeah, why-
I don't know.
Audryn's angel.
So yeah, I do think that it makes sense that this is the point where we would cast those spells. One, because you never were guaranteed that it was like gonna work. You didn't know, and maybe you would have wasted a spell slot if you didn't know for sure. It sounds like the demons are able to like confirm what spells can do and do not work, at least in general sense, here. And so yeah, I think it makes sense that you would now spend those spell slots to try to find out where Lavinia is, especially now that you have information from the demons. That'll make sense to me. All right. Oh yeah, why was I opening Deli? I was trying to open, but
I was gonna say, why were you opening my?
I don't know.
my
I don't know why I
character sheet?
clicked on your character sheet. That other character sheet that opens slowly because of all the spells.
I have
Okay.
diagrammed where I think Lavinia might end up being. If you want,
Benedict
to
is
zoom out a
real
little
low on spell slots.
I think it makes sense for us.
Well, but it would make sense to do it now and then rest, and then he'll
Yeah.
get them
Yeah,
back, right? Yeah.
especially since we have
Unless Lavinia accidentally alerts them all to our presence
Yeah.
because we tell her that we're here.
So do
Maybe
we
in
want
that
to
case, do we long rest
sleep
first?
and then
Well, why don't we scry on her? And then,
That's true. If we're not
Right.
gonna do anything tonight anyway, we might as well scry.
you do
Yeah. I will go ahead. It takes 10 minutes to scry. But
Okay.
I will cast scrying. I'll just put it.
Yeah. Okay. So
I have one last 5th level spell slot.
they don't know you're casting a spell. You're very familiar with the target, so it'd be -5 for her. You don't, I don't think, happen to have any of her possessions or a lock of her hair or anything.
Does someone have something that was hers?
I have.
I was gonna joke and
I
say that
think I
that I
actually
got her nose again.
I'm pretty sure.
don't. I actually have a sending stone that goes directly to her.
Yeah, but it was obviously taken, right?
I
that's
think
fair.
I might still have her broken
No, but it's-
heart.
Yikes. That is definitely true.
Does that count?
No,
No,
I got a good persuasion roll. She's over it. It's okay. We're good.
Yeah, I don't think you guys thought to do that. As
No,
far as I remember.
I'm trying
Let
to
me
think
see.
if she gave us anything.
I mean,
No,
I guess
she
you
That
could
one is
have.
ours.
I guess you could. Well, okay, so I guess you didn't know. Well, yeah. Deli is the one who had this spell. I don't think you necessarily would have thought when you were in Farshore to take something of Lavinia's so that you could scry on her later.
No, and Bryn was the one who was very cognizant of taking things like stuff like that.
Yeah, that's true.
Hold up. We have
Yeah.
the note that she wrote.
Yeah.
Oh,
The original letter from the beginning of the campaign.
Well, there's that.
no. She wrote us
Yeah.
But there's also-
Yeah, the
Oh,
note.
that's true. Yeah.
Also,
Okay, so I think it counts as like a possession or garment. Yeah.
Also, we probably have some nautical maps because I have nautical maps listed on here.
Yeah.
We probably have some maps that she's given us for navigating.
Yeah.
Also, all
that
the-
is actually is true. All the
Yeah,
gold
I'm-
you have. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, we literally
Getting
have all
paid
of
by
her
her.
gold.
At least one of your gold pieces is likely Lavinia's. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, we can
I'm
do the
sure
minus
we
4
have
for that.
something. Like,
That makes sense.
yeah.
Okay, yeah, I'll roll for Lavinia. I think I have a character sheet for her here.
DC
I
21.
should. Yeah, here we go. Here we go. And this is a wisdom save.
Mm-hmm.
And then she gets a -9 to this. So -9 to whatever this is.
Oh, she
0.
gets a 0.
Yeah, so you definitely find her. She looks. Oh my gosh, that is a face. That's a face, all right.
What?
The
Oh.
face in the lava.
I thought you'd seen that already.
No,
It is
I
Lavinia.
hadn't seen it yet. So you see Lavinia in a. She is here. Let me just show you the new token I have for her.
Oh,
Ooh.
She is
Ooh.
beaten and bloody and in rags, dressed in torn rags, and she is in a cage hanging over a pit of lava.
I knew it.
and you know what? That was one of the locations that I had drawn out.
Mm-hmm.
Poor Lavinia. Wow, she looks angry.
I mean, you would be
Aw.
too if you were hanging over a pit of lava.
Poor Lavinia. I mean, it is her fault. She did come up on her own, but still. Let's not victim blame, I guess.
Yeah, there you go. So you see her.
Question:
there.
when you see the scrying, do you see the other?
How big of a range you got? You can see
People
as if you're
around?
there.
Um,
You can see and hear through the sensor as if you were there. Yep. So you see a couple other prisoners. There's 2 other prisoners here. You see an ice devil,
Oof.
and you see a trumpet archon, which is a special angel that like blows a holy trumpet, basically.
So he's an angelic bard.
Yeah. Herald.
Okay.
So you
They
don't
are.
see Vanthus then.
You do not see Vanthus, certainly. I think you maybe see some Hezraus guarding them in this room. But that's all you see, I think.
Hmm.
There you go.
Okay. So
We could just go up to him, say, "Hey, we'll trade you the top half of the prison."
For this prisoner?
For this one lady, yeah. Well, so the angels might have something to say about that. So let's pick up with that. So you guys have freed all the angels. Is that your plan?
Yeah.
One way or another, you're just doing that.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So do you free? There was at least one other Marut. Do you free that guy?
Nah.
Okay.
I've already made my contract.
Yeah. Go ahead and make your persuasion check now, and this will kind of determine whether or not these angels have just decided, okay, we're in charge of this side of the prison now, or we're creating our own faction, and one of these angels is just going to be in charge.
I thought we'd let them free and they'd leave.
Remember, they don't
They
want
can't
to
leave.
Well, no, but we would get the thing. We would destroy the thing that's keeping them from wanting to leave.
Yes, if you
and
do
then they
that,
could
then they
leave.
would leave. Yeah, or if they're actually Aldrin's angels.
Right. Yeah. So I'm assuming Audrin can have advantage on this roll with me helping, and he can also take a bardic inspiration from me.
Sure. Yep.
Okay.
That lasts like 10 minutes, right?
And I have concentration on scrying for 10 minutes.
Nice. Yeah, I mean, you don't see a whole lot else really, but
So, am I rolling that persuasion?
whoever has the highest, yeah,
Well, technically I have the highest, but I want Audrin to roll it so he can get my
you can
bardic.
do bardic. Yeah, that makes sense.
I would probably take that 10 minutes, Caleb, to kind of.
Plus, he's the one freeing all of them. I think.
Yeah, that makes sense. These are Audrin's angels. Yeah.
I would probably spend that 10 minutes to get a lay of the land and try and like memorize, like, okay, this is where we need to go, get an idea of that kind of stuff.
But, I mean, can you move the sensor around at all, or you just kind of
No, but just like from my position, look around, see like, okay, like this is where looks like it's gonna be, so we can kind of plan ahead, sort of stuff.
Yeah, of course. I can probably even just give you. I don't know if there's any other part of the description that matters, but I'll check real quick and see if there's anything else.
I got 10 minutes. Might as well use it.
Exactly. Let's see. You see. Oh yeah, here it is. Except for a 10-foot wide walkway around the perimeter of the room, the floor of this chamber is missing, dropping away to a churning pool of lava 20 feet below. Suspended over the fiery pit are 6 iron cages hanging from thick chains bolted into the ceiling 30 feet above. Both the ceiling and the surrounding walls are plated in jagged shards of razor-sharp iron blades. Figures loll about and cry in pain within 3 of the cages. Yeah.
Okay, so it's not a happy place. This is not a Chuck E. Cheese.
All right, Audrin.
Shiggity shade, I roll to persuade.
Ooh, only a 15.
No, a 17, but roll a D6.
Yeah, roll that D6. That's gonna matter a lot. Nice. 23 is certainly better. It's not, I mean, these are angels and they're, they have strong wills, so if you had gotten a lot higher, it would have been a lot better. But I think even with the 23, I think probably the state of what we get is kind of a mix. If you had failed, then the planetar who was vengeful against the demons would be in charge, and he would be like, "Nope, we're this is our faction now, and we're gonna stay here and like rule over this prison, and then slowly take over the prison and be kings here."
Did that one die?
No, it didn't.
Okay.
I just forgot about him halfway through the combat, and he didn't do anything the rest of it. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he was over on the other side of the room. If you had succeeded with flying colors, then the first planetar that like Surge was helping would have been unequivocally in charge and would have been like, yes, we have to be righteous about this and like go save help Audrin and his friends here, save Lavinia, and do all the good things we need to do in the prison. With a 23, I think it's a mixed bag. There's an argument, there's a division between the ranks of angels, and they kind of are going back and forth, and those two planetars are kind of the heads of either side. I do think it eventually goes in your favor, and the planetar who you originally freed and is buddies with Surge takes precedence, and everybody follows him. But we see like in any TV show where we want to foreshadow dissent, right? We see this other planetar be like, my first opportunity, I'm gonna do something, right? I'm gonna cause some trouble. So that's the kind of vibe we get from the situation. But yes, in theory, Audrin's angels are yours to command. And you have Mek Wazowski too.
Audrin's angels.
What I'm hearing, Caleb, is that you need to roll for all the cages so we know exactly how many angels.
No. Any angelic combat that will be happening through the rest of this adventure will be hand waved.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, it's the kind of thing where if there are still a lot of powerful demons in the prison, you don't necessarily want to just start an all-out brawl. But you certainly have some firepower to work with. It will take like 3 days for them to recover and not be exhausted 3 levels, right?
Yeah.
So you still have that kind of happening there. I do think you can probably get one long rest in, but excuse me. But eventually, once the gap in the faction hierarchy gets that knowledge gets out, there's going to be some pushing, right? There's going to be some people being like, "Oh, a bunch of prisoners are in charge. Okay, well, we're taking over now, right?" So, I think you can get one long rest in before that happens.
That's fine.
That's fair. So then the planetars can all get their hit points back, and they're only 2 levels of exhaustion, which means that they're no longer at disadvantage on their stuff. Correct?
Only
they're like half speed and.
I'll check.
I think it.
Let's see. Exhausted. Okay, so they no longer have disadvantage on attack rolls and saving throws.
But still,
they
ability
do
checks.
have disadvantage on ability checks, so skills.
Okay.
And their speed is halved.
Got it.
So we'll do a long rest, and like, I know this is gonna get shot down because Takewee's gonna be like, absolutely not. We can't work with like demons, but like, would we not think that like if there's like basically no prisoners, that they would in theory want to leave the prison, so then would be welcoming to us destroying the thing keeping them here?
Sounds of it, they don't necessarily want the thing destroyed if they want to stay here.
But I don't know if they all want to stay here. I think they're trapped here is the thing. They were originally prisoners and now they have taken over. But like, why would you want to stay here in the prison if you could go out into the world?
Yeah, but see, I wouldn't want to release them. I just want to kill them all.
That's what I'm saying. But like, we have to destroy that no matter what anyway for us to get out.
Yes.
So are you at any point talking about this in front of the 2 demons that you've captured and are interrogating?
No.
I wouldn't think so. Would we just kill them?
Are you just killing them after you?
I was going to try to be merciful and put them just in cages.
Put them back in the cages, yeah. That makes sense.
Right.
At least for now.
Yeah, at least for now until we figure out what we're doing.
And just like bring that up to be like, I'm not saying we should work with demons, but I'm saying maybe we will not have to take on the entire complex at once if we can talk to them about what we're doing.
Is Audrin included in this conversation?
Yeah, I would say it to the group.
I would like to remind, Audrin would like to remind everybody of the last prison escape that he did, where he went invisible and went past everybody and flew up to the cage and turned that person invisible and just walked out with that person.
Oh, right.
Yeah, I just want to go steal
Which,
Lavinia.
Once again, great. I love that. But like, if you steal Lavinia, we still are left with, we are just in control of the North Island. And like, that's all we have.
We do have to get here and
we still have to escape the prison.
Also, Lavinia is in a much more obvious spot.
I just worry that like I think I'd be all for well
because like unless we are going around and we're saying what we're going to do is actually take over this whole prison and kill everybody, they're going to get released when we get released. So we have to figure out what we're going to do.
Well, no, they're not, because they're still in cages. They're not just immediately going to get released.
No, that's what
the factions.
The factions.
Oh, the factions.
Yeah. Because like Caleb was saying, a lot of them aren't prisoners anymore because they took over.
I see what you're saying.
They're all
so if you
only
destroy
here
that,
because they can't leave.
Then they'll
so I guess what are you exactly suggesting?
It's like it might not be a fight if all we're doing is trying to destroy that, and we have a way to with Dust Crusher. It's like,
I see what you're saying. So you're
trying to approach it.
You're
like
basically
that
just trying to be persuasive. Give us Lavinia, and we will give you your freedom. Basically,
yes.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean,
like we have a way to destroy
bargaining
this.
chip.
Yeah,
I mean,
we are just here to get this person out, and then like we're trying to leave.
the one thing is we don't know how the magic works. It might be the kind of way where they're like, well, we don't want to leave. Why would we want to leave? And they don't want the thing destroyed necessarily.
It sounds like to you that it's like a thing they don't think about, right? They don't ever want to leave, but it's like if you ask them that, they'd just be like, I don't know. I mean, what do I need out there? I got stuff in here. I'm in charge, right? Or whatever.
Yeah.
Like they'd make some excuse, but they wouldn't like come right out and be like, I don't want to leave. I love it here, right?
Yeah, it's not the bargaining chip that it might sound like.
Yeah, that's true.
Are you conferring with the angel who's in charge of Audrin's angels?
Probably not. I wouldn't know if we would do that yet.
Okay.
Would we? I mean, it's up to Audrin, I
It's
guess.
up to you. I'm just curious who knows about your plan.
I think
here.
we're just talking out loud as a party. Yeah.
I think Audrin would ask the angel, like pull him in and ask him, how long have you been here?
There's probably different answers.
Specifically, just him.
Just the main guy. Okay.
Yeah.
And I think I'm generating a name for him right now.
Carl.
A name without us even asking? That's crazy.
His name is
What? His name is who?
That's not my name.
Slim Shady.
his name is Varelion, and I'm just gonna name the other planetar too, the one that's more like vengeful. His name is Solmarak. So he is probably like several years, maybe like 10 years, got captured in some sort of conflict with a demonic squad or whatever during some conflict.
How are they feeding the prisoners?
They don't have to. They're demons and they're celestials and stuff. They don't need to
Well,
eat.
Lavinia's not.
That's true, but powerful magic exists.
Fair enough.
Create food and drink is a thing, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not opposed to Emily's idea, but I don't know if that would actually theoretically work because I think that a lot of these guys are probably power hungry and they're probably like, well, no, we just want to take over the prison and like we don't want people to leave. Like we want, I don't know.
Might behoove us to destroy the artifact first and then try and do that. Though
yeah,
if we
but I think
destroy
the artifact is like in the heart of it, and we're gonna have to get there somehow.
I thought it was just off to the right.
Oh, actually, I had a plan for that too.
Oh,
I thought that the artifact was in like the
so
volcano.
it's
No,
here.
it's over here to the right.
Oh, it's like literally right.
No,
like
you said it was in the heart of the volcano.
I said heart of the volcano, and then Caleb was like, "No, it's not," and I went,
It's right here.
"What?"
it's literally
it's like over here.
it's literally just a
So-
few steps away from places we've already conquered.
It is in between two factions, and you will have to contend with whatever is there to do so. But
But
yeah,
as we've established, invisibility.
yes,
and
but
Okay.
Takewee will have to sneak over there with Dust Crusher somehow, right?
Right.
Which is a little bit harder of a proposition than.
Yeah. Well, and
But-
plus, I would prefer to secure Lavinia first before doing that. Mostly just because I want to make sure she's safe and like, get, that's the priority.
Yeah,
in
the
my
other
mind.
thing to consider here is
Jordan?
that what Emily was saying is like if you destroy it before the factions are dealt with, then they are just loosed to do whatever they
Right.
want.
Right.
That's
So
true.
I don't know if
That
that's
is
what you
true.
want. Audrin. Yeah, Jordan.
Yeah, Jordan, what are you saying?
I think specifically with destroying it, because I can turn two people invisible at once, I would just turn Takewee invisible and carry her.
Yeah.
So she's not even really stealthing. It's really just Audrin flying stealthily through here and hopefully not getting caught by anybody that can just true sight
That is
Oh.
the risk, though, is like we did establish that at least that the Kublcax and all the planetars had true sight.
But we
So-
could ask the
Bow Bow and the
yeah,
Hezro.
who else has true sight that they know of?
Well, yeah. So the faction
But
that is
it's
right
still-
here is Soraya, the fallen angel, and it's likely that he will have other angels with him who all of
All have
them
true
might
sight.
have true sight, right?
Well, and that still doesn't answer, Emily's question of even if I go in there and destroy it, now these guys are just going to be loose, and it's like we don't really want that. So,
Yeah.
what is our plan? Are we just
Yeah.
going to go and
It
destroy
depends on
these
what your
guys?
priority is, right? Yeah.
Right? Like,
That might be the easiest way to go about it. I mean, they are demons.
One easy way to do this would be to think, okay, what is our end goal? What do we
Do we
actually
make an
want the end
alliance?
state of the prison to be, and then
Do
figure
we-
out what the best path to
Because
that
because
is.
it's like also, can we figure out, can we make an alliance with the fallen angels?
Mhm.
They
That's true. I mean, you have a bunch of angels on your side. You could just go to that
we
guy
have
and be
angels
like,
on our side.
"We got the
Let's-
angels.
We
Come join
can
us."
make an alliance with the fallen angels, fight against the faction that's next door to be able to get to the artifact thing, but then also tell the fallen angels we're trying to go against these guys on the other side to get a prisoner out. And then you would be able to take over and probably take over this whole place.
But would the angels be okay with that? Would they be okay?
I don't know. I'm just
It is-
spitballing
Yeah, no,
here.
like-
it is a valid question. Maybe it does take like something like only Dust Crusher is able to break this thing. But maybe it's a possibility that the angels actually have the power and ability to destroy it, and they're not.
Maybe the only
Right,
way to
maybe
destroy
Soraya.
it. Maybe the only way to destroy it is throw it back in the fire from whence it came.
Push it over to the volcano.
If we just have like everybody in the entire prison,
Oh shit! Heave.
I would like to question our prisoners more about, has anybody even tried to destroy that?
Who do you ask specifically?
Bowser.
Bow
Bow
bow.
Oh, the Babao. Okay.
It took me a second too.
So yeah, I think the Babao says, I suppose you could do that, though doing so would certainly alert Demogorgon to the fall of the prison. It would only be a matter of time before he came here with a horde of demons to reclaim it. The only reason or he would send a servant or whatever, but he's like, the only reason it is left alone for now is because the effects on the prison are so effective at maintaining it and keeping it contained.
I mean, it doesn't matter too much if they come. We'll be gone by then.
well, but that's what I'm saying is that's why we have to secure Lavinia first,
Yes,
is
agreed.
because we have to get her,
Agreed.
and then we can destroy it and get the heck out of Dodge.
Not only that,
Because if
but-
we destroy it first, then there's no guarantee we're going to have enough time to get her.
Yeah,
and-
chaos will reign,
It's
and then
just
who
gonna-
knows what happens at that point.
not only
Yeah.
that, but we wouldn't have the angels on our side to help us get Lavinia.
At least they wouldn't be stuck here with you. Yeah, they could leave when they wanted
Do we
to.
have a way to just plane shift out of here, like all of us?
Fortunately, no. That was Vren's power.
Well, and even that, so what's his face? Benedict can plane shift, but
yeah?
you know explicitly that is not allowed. Like you can't plane shift, you can't teleport, you can't summon anything. Nothing extraplanar like that can happen here.
even
At all,
after we
even-
destroy the artifact.
After you destroyed it, then yes.
Well, that's
Well,
what
that's what I'm
question.
saying is like
Oh, okay,
if
okay.
we just like secure Lavinia and then go get destroy the artifact and then just poof,
Yeah, you could
pop
plane
out of
shift away.
here.
Which would leave our ship behind, which is kind of unfortunate.
Yeah, that's actually a good point.
Yeah.
Only the closest thing I have is transport via plant. So if we found a tree, we'd be fine.
There aren't any trees over here. You'd have to go to the other side of the prison for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, at the end of the day, our lives are more important than a ship, unfortunately. But
Oh wait, I have plane shift.
There you go.
I have plane shift. I didn't realize that. I think it's a spell that I got in between Delhi being kidnapped.
But yeah, your demon prisoners are certainly able to let you know that like destroying this artifact is a major thing and instantly would like alert Demogorgon and all of his people to be like, uh-oh, we're compromised. Everyone swarm, right? And then it would be, if you stayed stuck around, you would die for sure.
We
Like,
would
there'd
not
be-
stick around then, especially since we have access to plane shift.
I would also then I want to ask: would something like remove curse or anything like that make someone willing or able to leave?
Good question.
not
I don't
just
think
on
so
one
because it's an
person.
artifact, right? The statue itself. So I think. Do you want to make an Arcana check for me, Audrey?
Yeah, and I meant like use that on, obviously not on the artifact, but use it on a person.
No, I know. Well, that's what I'm saying though. Is like you would actually have to do it on the artifact if you wanted to affect.
Okay.
Like that would be the more likely option, I think. But
You
yeah, let's
said
see what
Arcana?
you know. Yeah, let's see what you can know or guess about this whole.
The other
situation.
thing too is that there's no guarantee I can do this in one day. I only have one shot at it per day, and there's no
clairvoyance, yeah.
guarantee. No, to destroy this artifact.
Oh, sure, yeah.
I don't. There's no guarantee that Dust
Yeah.
Crusher can do it in just like one go.
Yep,
Caleb?
that's true.
So
I have another idea.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna roll this Arcana right quick, just because.
33, nice.
Remember my purified pearl?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh.
Mm-hmm. We got a magical MacGuffin.
We do have a magical MacGuffin, and this could be a good chance for me to specifically practice with it.
Mm-hmm.
One other thing too is I just realized plane shift requires a fork tuned to a specific plane.
Yeah.
And I don't remember if Vryn gave Deli the fork. I think he may have kept it.
I don't know
we
why he
talked
would
sense.
have.
Huh?
I don't know why he would have given her the fork.
Yeah.
I think we talked about it, but then I was like, no, Vryn would have kept it. And so we actually can't really plane shift.
Yeah, that's actually true. I don't think Benedict has that either. Like, there would be no reason he would have necessarily sought that out.
And then transport via plants it is.
So with that 33, Audrin, I'll go ahead and give you some information about the artifact. Your guess is it would have to be destroyed by so obviously Dust Crusher could do it. You imagine that a wish spell could do it. Or something suitably high level like that, like maybe if you cast like dispel, maybe not dispel magic. Is there dispel evil and good? Is that a spell? Yeah. What does that do again? Yeah. So I think if you cast like dispel evil and good at like 9th level, that might work. Or like something suitably 9th level ish is kind of what you're thinking here for destroying it. You're likely what is true about it, and you have to go there and look at it more to know for sure. But likely there is some other like specific ritual that might be able to be done if you knew the right thing to do to dispel it. Maybe that Demogorgon himself set up just in case he needed to.
But with what I know about it, could I use the orb and my tinkering that I've been like tinkering around with to like move magical effects from things and manipulate magical items? Could I tinker with it to modify that particular and not even change anything else, just change the unable to leave?
The unable to leave effect. Yeah. I could see that.
And
you know
then
that
do that
is
without
called
even-
that's caused by a particular sympathy effect. It's a sympathy spell, basically.
Okay.
Yeah, these are all things you can attempt, right? We can Arcana magical MacGuffin our way out of this, but failure obviously would mean like things like go really wrong or whatever, right?
Yeah. So I think first we try to get Lavinia either way, whether it's through negotiation or through sneakiness or brute force even.
Jordan, it sounded like you said get it through stinkiness.
Well, we will have to go past the stinky people.
That's true.
So technically true.
Yeah, so what are we thinking for the order of operations here? It sounds like the
Please
main things you
excuse
want-
my dear Aunt Sally.
I'm thinking that we, in parentheses, make Audrin invisible. He exponentially quickly goes and gets Lavinia. We multiply that success and divide our party to then add Taequi's excellent Dust Crusher and subtract, or have Audrin subtract the effect that keeps us from leaving from the artifact.
I'm impressed. Good job.
Thank you.
And
There is
Sally
a
would be
potential other option if
proud.
we wanted to try negotiating. I could pretend to be my sister.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
Demogorgon has sent me.
Mm-hmm.
He needs the prisoner.
Mm-hmm.
That's not a bad idea. Of note, is there a tree on the island somewhere?
That could be a backup option if Audrin gets like captured, you know.
What
Wait, what
I
did
love the way
Seth
Seth
ask?
asked that.
Is there a tree on the island?
No,
He's
just the way you
asking
said
for
it.
a tree the same way I ask for a jewel-encrusted bowl with at least 5 or 10,000 gold pieces.
Of note, is there a tree on the island?
no,
We look around, it's just lava everywhere.
On the north side of the island.
Not anywhere near, no.
Okay, because we do need to think of the escape route.
Yeah.
Our boat right now.
Are you telling
I mean,
me these
in all
aren't
fairness, you have
trees?
angels. In all fairness, you have angel friends
That's
Right,
true.
that can carry
that you
us.
could carry. Yeah, that could carry you.
Well, I also have wind walk, which we could give 10 willing creatures a flying speed of 300 feet.
Oh,
Yeah.
300 feet per round, like as a movement speed.
What?
While in cloud, you and up to 10 willing creatures you can see within range assume a gaseous form for the duration.
Oh, wait, is it gaseous form and not wind?
No, it's wind walk.
Oh, okay.
It's
But
just
you
you also
assume a
become gas.
gaseous form.
And then you can move 300 feet as a move action.
Yeah. A creature has a
A
flying
flying
speed of 300
speed
feet
of
and
300
resistance to
feet.
damage from non-magical
That's
weapons.
awesome. I mean,
But
yeah.
it's like awesome, but also kind of sucks because then you're gas.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
true.
It
But you can
lasts
get
for
away
8
quick.
hours. The only actions creature can take are dash actions, revert, and or revert to normal form. Reverting takes a minute. So we could really quickly get back to the boat, but
Yeah, but the duration is 8 hours that we're
Well,
in
I assume you can
gaseous
just
form.
drop it, right?
We just go and rescue Lavinia. All turn into gas clouds, and then we just fly back to the boat, and we just hang out on the boat as fart clouds for 8 hours.
No. You can.
It
dismiss
says it
the
takes
gas
1
form.
minute to revert.
The only actions you can take are dashing and turning back into your normal self, but it takes a minute.
It's still funny to think of, like, all right, I guess we're just
So
gonna hang out
we're
right
just gonna hang out as clouds for a while. Yeah, again, I think that the thing that matters here is what is your eventual goal for the prison, right? Are you going to free it? Are you going to like
Honestly, if we just escape, I don't know if we care about the rest.
well, except for the fact that, you know, you have all these angel allies. And the
Yeah,
fact that there's a
true.
sympathy effect that you might be affected by too.
Yes.
Well,
Right.
I mean, I think we want to try to get rid of the sympathy effect either way.
Mm.
I
Whether
mean-
that's
My main
Okay,
point is
so-
as long as we escape,
Are you going to try to sneak Lavinia out?
yes. I think so.
And then maybe a backup plan would be
Yes.
negotiate Lavinia out?
Yes.
The
Okay.
backup plan, we kill them.
Right, then backup plan, yeah, would be an assault.
And then I think I would want to say, just like throwing it out there, because we are like planning on long resting before doing all of
Mhm.
this. I think I only want to take a short rest, and I want to continue to use my hit dice instead because I'm scared if we take a long rest here, we're gonna have that effect go on all of us.
You'll take a level of exhaustion.
Yeah, it is true. You haven't necessarily felt any difference since you've been here, and it's
But
possible
we
that it
haven't
hasn't
taken a
affected you
long
yet.
rest,
Yeah.
have we?
yes,
No.
we have.
No, you took a short rest.
We did a
Oh,
short
like
rest.
in the prison, yes.
In the prison, no.
Yeah. In the prison, we have not taken a long rest.
Which
I
makes
see
like-
what you're saying though. Like sleeping might be what triggers it.
because
Well,
my speed is halved, and then if my
I
speed
think
is halved, I still move 25 feet in my
No,
movement.
I think speed is halved when you do a second level exhaustion, right? Isn't
What's
it
first level then?
First level is disadvantage on ability checks.
ability
Oh.
checks?
That's fine. I'm never like
The
in
only
this
time that would matter is like
plan-
acrobatics.
right. Like in this plan, I'm not doing the stealthing. Audrin is.
Yeah.
In this plan, I'm like whenever we're rolling for ability checks, I'm pretty much never the one who's rolling
But what's the like
because I'm concerned
pros of like you?
I'm concerned that if we take a long rest here, the artifact will affect us in the way that we don't really care about leaving.
what if we ask the demon things?
That's a good point. We should just ask him. Yeah.
We can. I don't know if they're gonna know.
Well, does our Bao sleuth know anything about the when
Yeah,
and how the
how-
effect is?
Yeah, but our angel buddies aren't necessarily like, oh, we want to stay here. Like it's.
So far, none of them have suggested leaving.
Well, I guess it's true.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's
So,
like
Everything they said is like, okay, we're gonna hole up here, right? This is like we're making a new faction. Oh, we're
yeah,
gonna
like
fight the demons.
we're
Like, what are
happy to not be in the cage, but
Yeah.
not like we're trying to
Right.
escape.
None
and
of
get
them
back
immediately
home.
just flew off somewhere. They're all stuck here.
What does the Babao say about
The
how
Babao says, well, I'm not an arcane expert myself, but I believe it affects you as soon as you enter the place.
Oh,
So, does the effect worsen or heighten at all in any way over time?
He doesn't think so.
then
So
why do
then
we
why
want
are
to
we
leave?
affected?
Who
He
says
hasn't
we
tried to
are?
leave yet.
Oh, so it's because we haven't tried to leave. We're talking about leaving, but we haven't actually tried to leave yet.
My guess is what happens when you try to leave is that there's some sort of like psychological, like wisdom 30 check where, or not wisdom, maybe it would be wisdom, where like
Feels
you're
like it.
shown some sort of nightmare vision where you're like just terrified of leaving or something.
Not necessarily that.
Okay,
it's
so
just like-
I'm reading the thing again. I think I was assuming that it just automatically affects you. I would like everyone. We'll just say this. It happened as soon as you got here.
Okay.
Everyone, go ahead and make a wisdom save for me.
Oh, no.
This will determine whether or not you find it difficult to contemplate leaving.
We all get plus 10s, right, for Surge.
All being.
I mean,
around.
not all of
It's-
you are going to be within 10 feet of him.
Why not?
Why not? 10 feet? It's
Okay.
not like five, like 5
yeah,
feet,
I
sure, but
guess.
10 feet, right? Like,
Yeah, I
would be.
guess.
We get a plus 10. That feels
Isn't it
wrong.
some?
I don't think
isn't
it's
it
plus 10. I
something
think
like
it's plus 5.
I think it's plus 3 or 5 or something.
either way.
that? I think it was like a disgusting plus 10
Wow,
when Jordan was a paladin.
horribly.
It is his charisma save, or sorry, his charisma bonus.
So plus 5, right?
I'm thinking. Sorry, I'm just double checking.
Because he has that item, right? That
Yeah,
makes him
it's
super-
4.
Oh, plus 4?
Plus 4.
Yep.
Okay.
I got a 21. I rolled a 5.
Okay.
I
So
rolled
Deli
my
got a
best.
21.
What's-
Deli, you find it difficult to contemplate leaving.
oh no.
Oh,
So
no.
I think it's matched up so far. Deli has never once suggested leaving necessarily out loud, at least as far as we know. When you try to think about it, it just doesn't seem like an option in your brain.
Okay.
Oh, no.
Do we know the
And
DC?
I've got a plus
or no?
12.
I'll tell you, it's DC 23.
Oh,
Oh my
no.
gosh.
I literally have to. Okay. I have to get like a.
And this all happened like a while ago without you
Yeah.
even realizing it, right?
Oh my gosh. Okay.
I'm nervous. to
Nope.
click it.
I cannot imagine leaving. Why would I ever want to leave this place?
Get me
Okay.
out of here.
Yeah, so Anna's fine. So same with Audrin.
What
So
about
I would like to
Serge,
imagine that you
Benedict,
guys
and-
maybe we would
it's
revise.
me having the crit insight on Luna again, and no
Right,
one
right.
is going to believe me.
I mean, honestly, try to tie Anna down to anything, like not happening, right? Just
It's true.
free as a bird.
I'm just curious about Benedict, Nestor, and
I know, I'm gonna roll for them, too.
Serge real quick too.
Yeah,
We can-
sorry,
we can
Nestor.
assume-
You cannot.
Because
tie
I
this
want to
woman
know if
down.
Anna's really the only one.
We can assume that the monks and the angels and everybody else who here has already failed.
Oh yeah.
Benedict has failed. Even with the
Curious what the
+4.
adventure path would have us do.
Surge.
All of us failed.
Surge succeeds with flying colors.
Ooh,
He
me
got
and
like a
Surge.
33.
Nice.
Me and Serge will drag all you fools out.
Exactly. And then last but not least, we got Nestor, who.
It's a good thing I said something. It's a good
Also
thing Emily
fails.
said something.
So it's just Anna and Surge. So I'd like to think that, like, as we were talking about this, at least in character, the things that were being suggested by Audrin and Takui and Deli and Nestor and Benedict were none of you ever mentioned leaving, right? It was always like, we got to destroy the artifact, or because you in your head it's just like, oh, it's
an
will
evil
help.
artifact.
It's an evil artifact,
made by
right? Like
demons, like.
But like whenever you like, and then you're like, okay, we got to save Lavinia from this demon thing. Obviously, like she needs to get out of that cage.
Yeah, bring her to our faction.
Bring it to our faction. Yeah, exactly. Like we got an angel army here, right? But never once do any of you suggest how to leave at all. So Deli would never suggest windwalk or travel with plants. It would just be like, okay, how do we deal with the prison as a prison, as the place we are now at and will remain. But yes, Surge and Anna would be the only ones suggesting. Leaving.
Do I know? Do you have to save again every day?
Let me double check.
Because I stand by my insane thing that I will only short rest if I have any fear that.
Do you want to make an Arcana check? Because once you guys start talking about like the artifact and what it might do and whatnot.
Audrin, do you think that this would happen? Do you think that it's an artifact that it would be new every day to try and get you, or do you think it would be once and done? You know,
I have to be honest. I think that the focus of the whole conversation surrounding the artifact has been about the other effects and not the sympathy effect. I think when everyone's been talking about it, except for like Anna or Surge, everyone is kind of shied away from that aspect of it, even if the Babao kind of implies that it's.
Do you think Audrin would help me on this Arcana check or no?
I don't think so.
Okay. Is Surge trained in Arcana?
I don't believe so, but I'll check. Surge has no Arcana. Nope, he's not trained.
Okay, I guess I'm just doing it on my own.
Yeah, go for it.
Didn't
17.
need it.
Bad.
17's not bad. So you do not think that it will affect you more strongly if you sleep or stay or whatever, right? You think it's a one and done thing. Either you're affected by it or you aren't. The only way to get out of it, though, as far as you can tell, is like either destroying this artifact, or you, in a very dire situation, you think maybe you could force your friends to leave, but then they would have to make a save for them to physically be able to do it. And they can only make one save like that a day.
So I really will be dragging.
So you would literally have to physically drag them out. Otherwise, they'll be like, "No, what are you doing? Why? No, we can't leave."
But I mean, hopefully we can just destroy the artifact. So basically, with this being said, is the option of Audrin tinkering with it off the table because he's not even thinking about that?
Well, again, there are a bunch of other effects that are happening on it. I do think that maybe in your brains, you could be thinking about the angels' freedom. And you're like, oh yeah, the angels are going to get out of here. But then in your brains, none of you think about, oh, we're going to leave.
Okay.
It's just like, oh yeah, we got to
get the angels
get out of here. You know, but
I just wanted to know, just kind of like, would that...
But for some reason in your brain, like any thought of like any future beyond this prison has just disappeared in your mind, right? You're like, we're going to be here forever. But it's like, that doesn't compute to you as a bad thing, or you even think about it at all, right?
Me and Serge are like, wow,
who's going to marry me and Audrin in front of this beautiful volcano?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, me and Serge are like, I can't wait to get back to the sky and fresh air. It will be so nice when we leave this place. I hate this place.
And again, it's not that you're like, oh, I love the prison or I want to stay here forever. It's just that you don't think about it.
On that note of being trapped. I do have to work tomorrow.
Yeah. I was gonna say I think this was our kind of after show plan. Plan the whole thing. So it sounds like we are going to free Lavinia by stealth. If that doesn't work, you're going to free Lavinia by negotiation, maybe pretending to be Zanea. If that doesn't work, then you can just fight people, obviously. And then once Lavinia is secured, you're going to deal with his artifact so that that effect can be taken care of.
Yes.
Is there any other thing you want to accomplish in the prison? Because I do think, like, especially for those of you who aren't thinking about leaving, this fallen angel guy might be someone you're like, oh yeah, we got to make sure we get him in the angel faction now, right? Like we got to get him on board with all this, like Aldrin's angels, right?
Does this mean that Takewi's sister was past her thing?
Yeah. I think she was like had some sort of effect from Demogorgon where it didn't matter for her.
Of course.
Because otherwise she would be useless as an emissary here, right?
Yeah.
She would never be able to leave.
Cool. Yeah.
And then we'll just take a long rest.
Okay, so you are going to take a long rest, and then we'll
Yeah.
pick back up next time with attempting to stealth out Lavinia, and then we'll follow the chain from there.
I think it would be insane to not take a long rest for everybody else. I would have taken one for the team if I needed to.
So then maybe after like you free Lavinia, it might be like Audrin goes and checks out the artifact first to see what's there. If he gets spotted by the angels, maybe he didn't talk to them at that point and tries to convince them of things. And then we can just follow the chain of logic at that point. But yeah, once you've freed yourselves from the artifact's effect, then you can start thinking about like, okay, well, which one of these spells do we want to try to use to get out of here? That makes sense. All right, cool. Sounds like we got a good game plan for next time. Cool. Yeah, I was hoping that we would be able to get to this part of things once you kind of got some information about the prison and whatnot. But honestly, good job clearing out the whole northern half. Great job.
It only took how long?
A couple sessions, 3 sessions.
Well, more than that. It took 3 sessions just for this side of the north.
Yeah, maybe 5 sessions.
Something like that.
I don't know. I'm
Good
not
thing
keeping
I went to
track
this side instead of down
of
on my
Yeah.
own.
Yeah. All right, sounds good. We'll forgo an after show this time. That was kind of our after show right there, just talking about all the plans and stuff. And we'll be back next week.
That will be my day of.
That will be a maybe. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, sounds good. The rest of you should read through your 20th level character sheets for that
I
one
haven't
shot.
even made them. I'll do it
Oh
today.
no. Okay, do it. And then we can do that as a backup if Emily's not free. All right, sounds good. Very fun playing with y'all. See you next week. Adios.